I'm Giselle Espinales in Miami Gardens, the final practice of the regular season in the books for the Miami Dolphins, and it ends with Tua Tagovailoa feeling frustrated. We'll hear from QB1 coming up.
Hell yeah, I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated. Yeah, I'm frustrated.
A season that was supposed to be full of promise for Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, once again filled with injuries and uncertainty. Under the advice of team medical doctors and per Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel, Tua will unlikely be able to play in the regular season finale against the New York Jets. He has been limited at practice all week as he continues to deal with a hip injury that he sustained back in week 15.
It's tough for any competitor to have to sit out when the season's on the line and you know you can do more. But that just tells you how much trust and respect that we have for Snoop. The defense has been balling as well, so looking forward to what our guys can do this Sunday.
QB1 didn't go into specifics on what he's physically dealing with, saying he's feeling a lot better this week.
When it comes to pain, I think I'm good with all of that, but it's just the restriction of what the doctors are saying. I can't do. So that's what it is.
But McDaniel saying Tua wishes it was just a pain issue.
Quite literally, being able to have the strength to do what we ask him to do, as well as protecting himself from a very serious injury if we don't treat it appropriately. So he's I wouldn't say it was a bruise, but it's kind of a unique muscle issue that as a result of the hip.
While the Dolphins can only control what they can control come Sunday, Tua says if the cards play out in their favor,
I'm gonna be available next week. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like I'll be playing. That's for sure.
if the Dolphins beat the Jets and the Broncos lose, and they will be playing next week. And I asked Tua if this ends up being the last week of the season. We'll hear more from him coming up at 6 o'clock. Reporting from Miami Gardens, I'm Giselle Espinales, NBC6 Sports.
Sports reporter Giselle Espinales has what Tua had to say today about that hip injury.
Joanne and Amy, there are moments like this where you put the fandom aside and remember that players are human beings too, and it's not just about a game. And for Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, it has not been an easy process. Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa is set to miss his second straight game with a hip injury.
I'm frustrated.
Tua limited at practice all week as the Dolphins get ready for the regular season finale with their playoff hopes still alive, but QB1 downgraded to doubtful for Sunday's matchup.
It's tough for any competitor to have to sit out when the season's on the line and you know you can do more, but that just tells you how much trust and respect that we have for Snoop.
For Tua, this will be his sixth regular season game that he will miss, the most in his 5-year NFL career. Mike McDaniel said Tua was dealing with a unique muscle issue and there was no damage to his hip bone.
It's not a surgical solution. It is a stop aggravating this by pushing through and, try to regain some security and strength.
Tua has dealt with a hip injury back in his Alabama days, saying that one was a lot different than now.
I would say this was probably the more challenging one that, I had to go through out of all the injuries with my ankle, like playing a week out of surgery. Like it wasn't as bad as what this one feels like.
He does say he feels better this week, and this setback hasn't stopped him from being there for his teammates and keeping them locked in.
Making sure no one's, throwing in the towel or whatever. Like we still have an opportunity, and this is also one of those things where, you just show who you are.
But if this ends up being the last game of the season for this Dolphins squad, it's been tough and frustrating for Tua.
Obviously, the concussions have been a thing, and then just off of that, other injuries that have stacked, up with the concussions to where I'm missing games. That's something to take into consideration for myself, for the team, and just moving forward to stay available for more than one season, that's for sure. More than one season. And yeah, that's just the frustrating part about it.
And Tua was asked what can he do that he hasn't done already in order to help him stay healthy. He said it's something that he has to think about this off season, but ultimately it all falls down on his plate. Reporting from Miami Gardens, I'm Giselle Espinales, NBC6 Sports.
Giselle, no doubt that he is frustrated.